All right, guys, we're going to do a quick recap on how to graph ordered pairs. And we're going to be graphing them in all four quadrants or all four sections of the coordinate plane. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to label that x and y axis. Okay, so the x-axis, when we're looking at our coordinate plane, okay, we're going to start at our origin. We know that that's 0, 0. That's where we start always to graph ordered pairs. And the horizontal axis, okay, the one that runs across the horizon, that's what we call our x-axis. Okay, that one's our x. That's also the one that we're going to graph first. We're going to go right or left first. Okay, so that means that our vertical axis, our up and down axis, is our y-axis, and it's the one that we're going to graph second. So if we come over here, we call this an ordered pair. Okay, ordered pairs always have to have the parentheses around them, and ordered pairs always have to have the comma in between the two numbers. And the first number that you see, that's your x-coordinate, so that's where you're going to go at on the x-axis. The second number that you see, that's our y-coordinate, and that's where we're going to go to on the y-axis. So for example, for this one, we would start at the origin, okay? We would go right to +7, and then we would go up to +8, and then that's where we would put our dot, okay? So just a quick review, when we're graphing, we always start at the origin, and that's what I said over here. Our origin is that 0, 0 spot, okay? That's where we're always going to start. Then first, we're going to graph the x-axis, and we know that the x-axis is our horizontal axis. And here we're going to move left or right. We're going to move to the left if it's a negative. We're going to move to the right if it's positive. Then we're going to graph our y-axis, and we say that the y-axis is the vertical axis. That means it goes up and down. So if it's positive, we're going to move up. If it's negative, we're going to move down. So let's take a look at a couple of examples before I set you up to do some on your own. So the first example that we have here is +5, -4. So like I said, we're first going to start right there at the origin. That's where I'm going to put my pencil point every single time. This is a +5, so I'm going to move right 5, and then I'm going to move down 4. So I'm going to move right 5 and down 4, and where those two lines meet is where I'll put my point. Okay, let's take a look at example 2. Example 2, we have a -3, -2. I'm going to start with my point right here in the origin because that's where I always start. And then I'm going to go left to -3 and then down to -2. Where those two lines meet is where I put my point.